miss to chase that cheese. Grams on my wrist cost like 10 G's. I feel like Buzz got all these carrots on my teeth.
Yo, remember back on the bully when cats used to harmonize like yo, my men and my women, don't forget about that.
This is Brian Anderson, Coach Stan Van Gundy, and the Hall of Famer Grant Hill here with me at the table, and Allie LaForce reporting from the sidelines.
Yeah, sometimes a little trip away from home can do good. The guys tend to band together. It can be good for team chemistry, especially if the outcome is successful.
Pass to Jokic. And here's Giddey. A deep three. That one no good. Now Brown. Allen outside. Denver moving it around. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Curry. When it comes to these two teams, Grant, you have to expect they'll be relying on their front courts to get it done here.
Yeah, I think that's right, B.A. It should be an old-fashioned battle amongst the bigs. And whoever gets the edge in that matchup, I think gets the W. We'll see.
So it's Chicago now. Denver getting their last shot to go. Rejected by Allen. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Out to Anthony. Back to Curry. Allen on the wing. 6 to shoot. Chicago with a rebound.
I'm sure he'd like to have that back. That's a missed opportunity.
An aggressive move to a strong finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
Up and in on the layup.
Well, don't forget now, Giddey possesses considerable height at his position, which makes him a threat to score down low.
Well, Coach, when you think about the NBA's steadiest contributors, Kobe White deserves a mention.
He sure does, B.A. Players like Kobe White are the foundational pieces that every team needs. He makes smart plays, and he's so consistent. You almost take it for granted.
Now here's Curry. There's a screen by Anthony. Over Buzelis. And the basket by Curry. Curry's got his second basket of the night.
And whether he's torching you off the dribble or off a screen, Steph is one of the best ever at creating space for his shot.
Yeah, it took just enough off of it for the floater.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
I caught up with the Bulls head coach. I asked him about keys to the game, and he said all roads lead to Steph Curry, in particular, his movement off ball. Coach said even when you try to switch, he finds little pockets of space, then he uses that quick trigger to beat closeouts. It's never an easy matchup. Back to you, B.A.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. First quarter of play, and we're about 3 minutes in. Pass to Anthony. Ooh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup.
And we think of Curry as a shooter first, but they're reminding us how good a passer he is.
White can't hit. And it's Anthony with the ball for the Nuggets. Inside. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
Now you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
There's a whistle. That goes on Carmelo Anthony. That's his first foul of the game. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Anthony grabs the board. Denver in the lead. Seems like this offense is being executed the way it was designed.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach couldn't be happier with the results.
The putback. Here's Curry. Again, Denver scores. And so here is Chicago. Pass to Herter. Yes, and that's Simmons with the assist.
Well, this is the calling card of Herter. Lethal from outside the arc.
And here's Curry. 6 points for him. Over Simmons. And the Nuggets getting another bucket to fall.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Anthony outside. Out to Bridges. A good look from Brown. It's hauled in by White. Now here's Simmons. And slam dunk by Simmons.
Come on, B.A. He sure can rise.
Grant, that's as good as it gets. One of the best in the league. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it inbounds in time. Stephen Curry getting it done for Denver. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be.
Denver, 14.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And from what you've seen from the Nuggets, what's your take so far?
They are looking engaged so far, especially on offense.
Yeah, and that's helped them get the lead. But we'll have to see if they can sustain this offensive outcome.
And there's the whistle. The illegal screen is the call.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. But you can't make it that obvious.
Jokic in the post. Still no points. And he misses the go-ahead basket. Johnson on the wing. Outside Curry. And stolen by Herter. Jokic with it. In the paint. Jokic going off.
Way to rise to the occasion and snatch back the momentum.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey, Cameron Johnson stays even. He said, I just try to come in and do my job every game, no matter what that looks like. And as somebody who shoots a lot of threes, some days can be better than others. So you just ride the waves while you can and focus on that next play. The next shot and your results, they'll be the results. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Allie. Outside Curry. Over Simmons. Good as the jump shot falls. Curry's got 10 points in the game.
Well, look, if he misses that shot, coach might think of benching him. He's pretty fortunate he got that one to go.
Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, no, it just doesn't make sense given the situation.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Giddey. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. 6 points for him.
They have no answer defensively inside.
A 6'8" point guard, Josh Giddey's length gives him a massive advantage for him.
Oh, it does, B.A. He's too big for opposing ones to guard. It's tough putting a wing on him, and Giddey just makes you change your defensive game plan.
Good on the second one. I've wondered, of all the things you can teach players, can you teach great passing?
I really don't think you can, B.A. You can teach solid, fundamental passing. You can teach guys to make fewer mistakes by better use of fundamentals. But the great passers have great vision, and I just don't think that's something you can teach. I think that's something that guys gain over their time and experience playing the game of basketball.
Halliburton, no good.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
White for three. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
Just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
And there's the foul. It's on Kobe White. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
And we're just over 2.5 minutes into the second. Outside, Alexander Walker. Stolen by Giddey.
Well, he was laying in wait for that pass. Terrific read to get a jump on it.
Here's Halliburton. Ivy. Terrell with the rebound. Bulls leading by 5. Here's the Senge. Drains the triple. Senge's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Inside, Halliburton gets it to fall.
Yeah, intelligent shot selection by Halliburton, opting for the floater in that situation.
Pass to Giddey. Halliburton with the steal. And here in the second quarter of action, as we approach 4 minutes played. Outside, Alexander Walker. Just 5 on the clock. Denver needs to get off a shot. And it's going to be a 24-second violation. They turn it over.
Chicago ball. Substitution for the Bulls. Cameron Coleman.
1:05 left in the first half of this one. The kick out to Johnson. Fires for 3. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Incredible work right there on the glass. Just doing all he can to extend that lead.
Hey, once you got him on the ropes, keep swinging away.
Yeah, this is the spot where coaches want you to be relentless. Don't even give them a glimpse of it.
And it's out of bounds. Still Denver's ball.
Substitution on the court.
Out to Bridges. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Back to Anthony. Some solid defense from Stewart.
And it didn't register as an official block, but he did everything you want in disrupting that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
It's his first trip to the line. Free throw drops for Anthony. Chicago making a switch here. And Anthony drops them both.
Getting themselves to the line this quarter is a good way to get their offense rolling.
Pass to Stewart. Three-pointer. Another 3 for Chicago.
Preparation paying off for Stewart. He was on his spot and ready to go the second he got the ball.
Stolen by Bridges. And so it's the Chicago Bulls going into the break up 12. How about the way they've attacked the paint? This throwback approach is paying off. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. Now Curry. Clock at 6. To the middle. Bridges outside. Lets the 3 fly. And they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds. Pass to Jokic. Now here's White. No good with the triple. Outside Curry. Fires from deep. Curry buries the triple.
Look at how solid Curry's motion is. Almost like he could have done that blindfolded.
No doubt, Stephen Curry is the best shooter of all time. Talk about what makes him special, Grant.
Well, B.A., he can hit shots under the most difficult circumstances, off balance, with only a sliver of daylight. And this is why teams often choose to double him the moment he crosses half court.
First team foul.
And if you're just joining us, we've played just over a minute here in the third. Knocks down the long J.
Wow, 5 consecutive threes. This defense looking very frustrated right now.
And here's Curry. 13 points in the game. Knocks down the triple.
And anything you can do, Curry can do better. You do not want to get in a shooting contest with that man.
Back to Giddey. The three is up. The putback. Can't get the putback.
Not a great start to the second half. Just 1 for 4. Got to find ways to generate better looks here.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Thanks a lot, Brian. There's a lot to consider with NBA expansion, and Commissioner Silver said, quote, what does that mean for talent? I feel great about where the talent is right now in the league, but those players have to come from somewhere. How does it work geographically? What will it mean for growing the game? These are all good questions. Guys?
Okay, Allie. Appreciate the update. Pass to Jokic. Shot clock at 6. White. Good. White's got 5 now.
Well, as a guard like White, you need to score inside. Force teams to respect you everywhere.
Curry looking it over. Oh, Curry, a magician inside.
Well, if they can come back and take the lead, this will be because he's carrying it. This quarter's been all about him and his offense.
And sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here, hanging up there like that.
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, his leaping ability can certainly mask that.
Pass to Bridges. Outside Curry. Down low. Oh, they get a hand on it. Ooh, stolen by Allen. Here's Anthony. Outside Curry. Curry draws the double. Now Brown to the inside. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Brown.
The defense will take that miscommunication. Not even close.
Now a timeout called by Denver. Chicago leading by 6. It's stolen by Halliburton. Here they come with numbers in transition. 4-3. The rebound by Simmons. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Here's Simmons, and it's good. Fought through contact, hit the shot, and will go to the line. And he'll be shooting his first free throw. There's 49 seconds left in the third quarter. Nuggets trail by 9. To the paint. Here's Covington. Nice dish, and the layup goes down.
Their spacing isn't quite as good as it was in the first half. They may need to hit more threes to stretch that defense.
And it's good. 2 points.
Great setup. When you have Simmons' height, it's easier to see the entire floor.
That one goes in.
Well, it doesn't get any easier than this. They'll take these shots every time.
Pass to Johnson. No good on the triple. When you look at all the turnovers, boy, what a way to drive your coach crazy.
Yeah, your game plan means nothing if your players can't execute.
Down low. The kick out to Johnson. And so it's Chicago closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. What has them in front right now? The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And Giddey's got the ball here for Chicago. They held a 12-point lead earlier. Inside. The shot is good on the assist by Jokic.
He drops yet another dive, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Pass to Ivy from behind the arc. And the three-pointer goes. Ivy's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's the Senge from outside the arc. Drills it from deep. And the Bulls lead by 9.
and both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Chicago passing it around. Kept alive. Jokic. A shot from the low post is good. And now it's an 11-point Bulls lead. And a breakdown here, guys, of the hustle stats for the Bulls.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
Another big factor for them has been their ability to get points off of turnovers. The easiest offense is created by good defense. And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of it.
And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Here's Buzelis driving in, and he hammers that one down right in the face of Tyrese Halliburton.
Looking agile on the attack, it's so good to see Buzelis taking the initiative on offense and capitalizing. Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
Jokic fires from 12 feet out. Cash.
Great look for Jokic. Listen, we know he can hit the outside shot, but going to Nikola inside is a winning play.
Johnson outside. Ivy. Now Johnson. 4 on the clock. Ball stolen. And here's the fast break. Jokic. 17-footer is in.
Well, Jokic often likes to pass from that spot, but he can also hit the jump shot.
The Nuggets want a timeout. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what the Nuggets coach was going over with his team. He did his best to light a fire under them, saying, we have to fight. Now is the moment. We have to come out of this deficit swinging. Guys?
Allie, thank you. Curry outside. He fires from 18. He got it.
Yeah, another day, another virtuoso performance from Curry. It never ends.
Bulls leading by 13. Now Jokic. There's a minute 47 left to play in the fourth. Oh, he goes to the glass with that one.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
White outside. Here's Jokic. A little over 3.5 minutes in the books now in this fourth quarter. He launches. It's good from beyond the arc.
It looks like it'll be a big win for them here. Time to just cruise to the end of the game and chalk up the victory for the Bulls.
When you look at their assist totals, you can see why it was easier for them to score. The ball was really popping tonight.
And good things seem to happen when you're patient and willing to make the next pass. Their offense has flowed really well.
And this will give them their 7th win of the year.
And against a non-conference opponent, you really want to win the first one. They'll go into the next one knowing how to beat this team for sure.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Nikola Jokic.
He ran things with precision, great command of the offense, putting his teammates in all the right spots.
Jokic with a rebound. And it's Jokic with the ball for the Chicago Bulls. Another three for Chicago.
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Asenge. And here's Jokic. Chicago as they get the win. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They didn't. Just a tremendous team effort. Once they had that big lead, they were not going to let the visitors back into the game.